What's up, guys? Week 2 of the Open. Let's talk some strategy. We'll talk about some movement prep and warm up for this workout. I don't know about you, but I'm excited for this one. So 18.2 is a 12-minute workout. The first portion, you will do a ladder from 1 up to 10 of dumbbell squats and bar-facing burpees. Okay? And when you finish that ladder, you will have the remainder of those 12 minutes to hit a 1-rep max clean. All right, our movement prep for this workout is going to include opening up those hips for all the squats we're going to do, and then opening up our shoulders for our front rack for those dumbbell squats and for those clean, then a little bit of spinal extension to help you snap in and out of that burpee a little bit quicker. So our movement prep is going to be 2 minutes in a frog pose, 2 minutes per side in a pigeon pose, and then from there we're going to grab a dumbbell. We're going to do 2 minutes in a counterbalance squat hold, keeping a neutral spine, relaxing the legs, letting yourself sink as deep into that squat and letting your hips open as much as possible. A front rack opener that you guys can use with the barbell. So it's going to be somewhat of a PNF stretch. You guys are going to force yourself into a front rack position with that barbell on your back. You're going to fight into that, push into that for maybe 15 seconds at a time, and then you're going to bring your elbows down, you're going to relax, and then go through that for about 2 minutes, letting that front rack position open up. And then we're going to finish off with a 1 minute seal pose to get some spinal extension. It's going to make it feel a little bit better getting in and out of that burpee. All right, after our movement prep, we're actually going to start getting warmed up for this workout. So it's going to start on the bike. That bike's going to get a little bit more blood flow into the quads than a rower or run will. So it's going to be 5 minutes on the bike. The pace that you should have should be a 10-second sprint and then a 50-second cool down from that sprint. And we'll repeat that 5 times, kind of like an EMOM. So every minute, 10 seconds hard, about 90% effort, and then 50 seconds of recovery just to get that heart rate up, get some blood flowing through those quads, open up your lungs, and then recover, and then we'll go through waves of that. All right. After we finish that, we're going to go through 3 rounds of 8 dumbbell goblet lateral lunges, 6 dumbbell front squats, and then 4 bar-facing burpees. For the dumbbell, use your prescribed weight for the workout. And in between each of those 3 rounds, you're going to take some time and you're going to warm up your clean to about 75%. And that's the heaviest we're going to clean before we get into this work. Maybe the most important part of this is going to be our strategy going into the workout, right? There's 2 scored pieces here. If you don't finish that first chunk of work, you don't get a score for the second one. You're going to have to scale. And then that also scales your second part. So let's really focus on getting this work done as a priority, and then our lift is going to be somewhat second to that, but we're still going to try and maximize that. So as we're getting this work done, the dumbbell squats and the bar facing burpees, let's first think about standards. All right, every squat has to start with full hip and knee extension, dumbbells on your shoulders. So don't miss that. Don't get a no rep here. Make sure we're getting to depth, full range of motion on those squats, and then the burpee standard is changed from years prior. So let's make sure that as we're going through that burpee, we're jumping both feet back together, both feet forward together every single time. And make sure you're breathing with this, okay? Both of these. Every squat is a breath in and out. Every burpee is a breath in and out. Just find a cadence that you can hold yourself to and you can stick to for the duration of this workout. It's only 55 reps of each. I know once you get into those 8s and 9s, it's going to feel like it's taking forever, but stay tough. And that leads me to my next point that's going to at least maximize some of the time that we have is going to be our transitions, right? So if we set our dumbbells right in front of that barbell, 1 on each side, it's going to allow for a lot easier transitions through this workout than if we have them off to the side or back somewhere where we have to step out of our way. So you'll finish your last burpee, you'll take 1 step over that bar, your dumbbells will be waiting right outside your feet. You'll pick them up and go into your squats. Okay, so finish the work with some priority, and then the goal will be to take, depending on how much time you have left, a minute, maybe even up to 2 minutes of rest before you take your first clean attempt. Okay, your clean technique isn't going to get any better between now and the time you do this workout. So let's make sure that we are doing our best. We're putting full effort and we're moving the best that we can, being as efficient as we can with each one of these lifts. And another thing too is if you guys need any equipment for those cleans, take that time, that 1 to 2 minutes rest you should be taking between the Metcon portion of this and the weightlifting portion, to change your shoes out, grab your belt, whatever you got to do that there. Catch your breath, deep diaphragm breaths, get your heart rate down, and then our first clean attempt should be somewhere around 65-ish%. Okay, and then we're going to take jumps. We want to take 4 to 5 attempts is ideal in this workout. So first one, 65. Second one, in the window of maybe 75 to 80%. Then maybe 85 to 90%. And then somewhere up around 95% for that next one. And then if we have time for one more, it's going to be our, that PR attempt. Of course, these are guidelines. If you guys want to blur those lines and make it 4 attempts, or if you think you'll need a little bit more and you want to take 6 attempts, just know yourself as an athlete, know what you're capable of, but keep in mind, as we watched Olsen and Vellner go through this in the announcement, they only got to about 85-90% of their max clean. Right? I know CrossFitters are weird in the way that sometimes when we're completely fatigued, we end up PRing things. So if that's the case, awesome, go for it. Go by feel, but make sure you get some good lifts in before you take that big jump for the PR. Alright guys, those are my best tips for 18.2. Get after it, have some fun, and lift some heavy weights.